show here tonight.
Indeed.
And you play what kind of music?
It's West Coast Artcore.
Which is
It's a fusion of all different styles of music, from grunge to punk to hip hop to rock to metal to spoken word and poetry.
she does all her show in one. Pretty much what she does, right?
Sure.
And you are from?
Los Angeles, California.
And you are in Indiana. Is this your only show in Indiana today?
It is, yeah.
Like you don't have any more tours here?
Not in India. Not. This is our only show on this run. We played here once before with Static X.
Nice. And you have websites for our viewers to contact you?
Sure. OTEP.com and our MySpace, which is myspace.com/OTEP.
We love MySpace.
We love MySpace.
So how did you get started doing what you do, and why?
How did I get started? I was a visual artist first, and sort of a sadistic scribbler, and I thought that and a writer. I used to write constantly, still do, but I thought that's where my life was headed. I thought I was going to be a poet and or some sort of political artist, something like Banksy or Shepard Fairey, something like that. And but then the catharsis, the emotional satisfaction that I received dissipated, and I wasn't finding that same sort of release anymore. So I needed something with more life to it, something that was more electric, something that was, I don't know, that was a bit more explosive. So I thought I'd give music a try. And I was already doing a little bit with spoken poetry, and then I heard this band, Diggable Planets, and they were kind of like a jazz hip-hop band, and they were doing things to rhythm, which led me to discover hip-hop, and that was my first love. I mean, musically, I didn't really, and then I heard Rage Against the Machine, and then that did it for me. That sold it. That's where I want to go with my music, and so I gave it a shot, and we got, I put a band together. We were together about 6 months, and we got signed after 4 shows with no demo, just purely on the power of our live performance.
In LA?
In Los Angeles.
Nice.
Amongst the other millions of other unsigned bands that are there, we stuck out, and people understood that something was brewing, because LA is a very jaded community, and nobody is, because there's so many bands there, and it's the entertainment mecca. Everyone hoards to LA. They say, oh, that's where we can go. We can get there, and our dreams will be discovered. And it happens for some, and it's a great place. There's a lot of creativity there, a lot of art there, but it's also the audiences, because it's so available. They become, I don't want to say spoiled, but it's readily available, so it's always there. So we stuck out pretty quickly. Crowds are moving, crowds are going crazy, and 4 shows, and we were signed.
So if you're different than everyone else, you have a better chance.
I think that if you're authentic and you're good at it, I mean, and you believe in what you do, and you take pride in what you do, and there's a dignity in what you do, it shows. And it reflected in our work and our passion and how hard we worked. I mean, we rehearsed 6 days a week for between 6 to 8 hours a day as best we could, and we were knocking out rehearsals, just trying to get it as perfect as possible, and it happened, and we were very lucky. It was a quick rise for us. And
Stan and Lawrence is on 101, please. Stan and Lawrence is on
Stan?
101.
Stan's got a phone call.
Line 1, Stan.
The exact same numbers all along?
No.
You've had changes,
Yeah.
as normal bands do.
Sure, yeah. The only one that's still with me is my bass player, and he's like my best friend. And luckily enough, he and I share a lot of the same philosophies, a lot of the same concepts and ideas about why music's important, about why art is important, and we write a lot of the songs together. As far as advice to other unsigned bands, I would just say you do it for the right reasons. Don't do it for the money. Don't do it for the notoriety. Don't do it for the bling. Don't do it for the drugs, the girls, none of that. You do it for the art. There's so many people out in every genre of music that do it for the wrong reason, and it's polluting art. It's making it all. It's becoming. Everything's a toothpaste commercial, basically. It's that, and that's what it's worth.
Right.
It's worth a Colgate commercial. You're just putting something out there so someone hopefully will buy it. It's flashy enough, but there's no substance to it whatsoever. So people that used to really care about music, care about art, care about making something that was worthwhile and special and important and authentic are now just skimming along as best they can, be hoping to get a big wad full of cash. But, you know, money doesn't last forever and art does. So take that.
So take it.
I don't get nervous. I get anxious. I mean, once you've done it, you've done it. You know, I don't get nervous at all. I get a little anxious because I want to get out there and I want to do it. But, you know, I don't get nervous anymore.
Do you have rituals that you
I never got nervous, really. Huh?
Do you have rituals that you do before every show?
Every show, yeah, every show.
Certain things has to do this.
Well, I mean, our shows are very intense, so it's an athletic endeavor as well. So before every show, we're preparing, stretching, and like we're athletes going out to, or warriors going to battle. But there's also certain vocal preparations and certain mantras that I repeat just to get my mind set. Because, you know, to me, playing the show is important. And when people show up and they're actually there, I don't care if there's 5 people there, 50 people there, 500, 5,000, 50,000. Those people bought your tickets.
Ben Lawrence is on 101, please. John, Ben Lawrence is on 101.
I have it right here. But it matters that those people showed up to buy tickets, and so they deserve a show just as,
Right.
no matter how many's there, they deserve the best show you can give. So by sitting around all day on a bus and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for the show to happen, it gets monotonous, and you're not at home, you're away from your house and your bed and everything that's comfortable to you. So for me, I feel like it's important to focus your mind, again, to cast off all the cobwebs and run the rust through the pipes so that everything can flow properly. So it's important to be prepared for a show.
Anything else you want to say?
I want to say Obama, right on. That's what I want to say. Yeah, man. I think we're headed in a good direction now, this country. So. Yay, Obama! Woo! All right.
It's Tisha. OTEP. We're out.